our girl Shino is a effing silent assassin. Man, I think this was the best episode of Girlfriend yet. And like, here's the thing: is Shino continues to get in all these different predicaments. She continues to get in all these different places with Naoya, and she has honestly bared it all more than once. But the difference between like her and Rika is Rika's intentional, right? Like Rika is intentionally like aggressive, but when push comes to shove, she can't really see herself go through because that's not really like who she is at her core. Like she's trying to be like those bubblegum girls, but really that's not really her. On the opposite fact is Shino's trying to restrain herself so much that she accidentally keeps getting into all these different scenarios, and like she keeps bearing it all to Naoya. And because she's not intentionally doing it, you can feel that, as you know, Naoya can feel that. And at the end of the episode, she's genuinely talking. Like there's no better confession that you can do than kind of confessing and getting advice from the person that you feel these things for. And she does that, and she ends up, you know, thinking about all the ways that Naoya is to her, and he genuinely is, you know, honest but really sweet, and all the things that he's conveyed to her about like, hey, I'll always be there for you whenever you need. Like none of those are a lie, and you know, as a person can feel that when you have that. So, you know, in the moment, right, she lands on him. Of course she does, in this, you know, naked, all this, you know, like just bearing it all. And she, in that moment, thinks about all the different times that he's been sweet to her. And he's like, you know, I did this for you. He's like, you don't owe me. I just did it because it's what I wanted to do. And that's such a really cool thing. And she thinks about it, and she finally kisses him. And like, she has just skyrocketed to the top of the scene with that kiss, not only catching Naoya out of, you know, in surprise and everything, but also kind of like mustering up the courage. I like how she mustered up the courage, but kiss first, confession later kind of thing. But she did actually pull through, and hopefully, you know, I can't guarantee it because of next week's preview, but hopefully with all the things that she just confessed to him, like even though she didn't directly say it, but all the things that she's like, it's complicated, I haven't told Saki, and I can't ever tell her, and the person I love, I don't want to, but I just can't help it. Like hopefully he remembers this conversation and the action that she just took and puts two and two together. Now he's a little slow sometimes, so 50-50 if it actually ends up happening or not, but I hope that he kind of puts all the things together at once the moment, like, you know, she's kissing you, bro. Like, also that's his first kiss, and she, like, you know, she didn't have the same agreement like the other three girls do, like, hey, no sexy stuff and whatever else, because she really wasn't a part of that yet. So it's like, what do you do now? So like, really, like, this is like the best episode of the season yet. You know, he saves her, she low-key confesses. You know, they end up on an island. She starts thinking about Naoya babies. She's like, what if we just combine our names and stuff? And like, I was like, it's so good. It's just like, it's so good. So like, it was just an incredible, hilarious, funny episode. And the funny part came with all the Rika stuff at the beginning where she was kissing him all over and everything. And she's like, I'm gonna make you fall in love with me. She kisses him on the cheek. He's like, what the fuck was this? What is that? Like, what was that do? She's like, you don't understand. Like, my heart's racing right now for that little kiss. And she proceeds to his neck and his body and stuff. And she's like foaming at the mouth, not because of like, you know, her ferocity, but because she's really, really embarrassed. And because she's so embarrassed, it breaks him out of being embarrassed. And it's like she has to push the envelope even more. But before that, Saki comes barreling in. So like, such a great episode of Girlfriend, and just another testament of like why I love this show. It's just so craftily done, and it stays in its lane, and it just keeps pushing forward in that one lane, and it just nails it out the park. There hasn't been a show that kind of like is like, oh, we're gonna do this kind of like harem type thing, and we're just gonna be excellent at it. It's gonna be so funny, and they don't deviate from that course. They just kind of keep going on it. It's vanilla, but it's so good. And this episode definitely was like a little risque, and I loved it for it. So anyways, let me know what you guys thought in the comments down below. Chef's kiss on Girlfriend, episode number 10? Number 10. All right, my friends. I'm going to see you guys for more Shino love next week. I think she's best girl, right? Like, is that what we agree on now? Shino best girl? It's either between her and Rika, really. It's one of the two. So let me know what you guys think. All right. Peace out, my friends. See you next weekend.